Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue, and I want you to check out Bondy's Boutique and get some of my merch, y'all. I've added some new things like my mermaid cups and the mermaid tees, and also the Shake Them Tits mugs. All right, you asked for it and you got it. Check out Bondy's merch at Bondy's Boutique. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for another 911, y'all. All right, let's get into it. So the episode was good, y'all. We didn't get any further in Bobby's situation, which kind of frustrated me, but then at the same time, the episode was so good and delicious with everything we love about 911, including the good tears. Well, you know, not good tears, but they, you know, they get you, and it comes out of absolutely no damn well. Okay, so let's get into it. So it's the jackpot lottery, y'all. 800 and something thousand dollars out here. Everybody trying to get a lottery ticket, all right? And the little cute girl who was on Jerry Springer movie back in the day, she'd have been in so much stuff since then, but that's the one thing that I always remember that she was in, okay? Because she was fucking with her friend, old man, and then they was all friends together. Y'all remember they was on the plane and Wendy Raquel Robinson was freestyling and shit. Y'all, look, never mind. Anyway, but yeah, that's her. She older now. She was the lady who got the lottery ticket, right? She going outside. She says this prayer that she wins the lottery. God, just please give me this one thing, this one wish, Lord. Please give it to me, right? All of this money starts coming from the sky, and you were like, man, what the fuck is happening? Everybody start running for the money, grabbing money. People start fighting one another. Shit's going crazy, right? All of a sudden, a body falls 20 stories down onto a car, all right? Same lady with the lottery ticket calls 911, all right? During the 911 call, the man starts breathing. The motherfucker is alive, y'all. Y'all, 20 stories, hits a car, splash, splash, okay? Not a, you know, boom, boom. No, a splash, like crash. People are hurt on the sidelines because of the impact. He's alive. Okay, he's fucking alive. I could not believe that shit. Okay, Chimney is the new interim captain, and Buck wants to remind him of that. Chimney is kind of, you know, full of himself. He got his fucking collar popped and shit. Just like Chimney, oh, you feeling yourself right now, huh? Look at you with your sunglasses on at all times. Look. So the man who jumped, once they got him out of the car, got the jaws of life and all of this, you know, Chimney's still getting used to being captain, so he had to tell everybody what they had to do, right? And they find out that the man jumped. He threw his money out there because he didn't want it anymore. The money ruined his life. He won the lottery last year. It ruined his life. He lost his kids, his wife, everybody. So he jumped off that building to kill himself, but he fell feet first, so he didn't die. And he was like, next time I'll go head first. And then, you know, he said about the lottery and losing, you know, everything because of that money. And that lady who was standing right there called the ambulance, praying to God for that lottery ticket to be a winner. She ripped that shit up and threw it on the ground. I said, bitch, I be good goddamn. I be good goddamn, sir. That's your life. That won't be mine. Okay, what your problems are not my problems, sir. Okay, like ma'am, you crazy as hell. I would have held on to that ticket. Baby, crazy as hell. That could have been a winner, girl. You was putting all kinds of juju on that ticket. Anyway, y'all, Shannon and Eddie. Y'all know Shannon is Eddie's wife, his estranged wife that came back into their son's life, and now they're having a relationship and kind of living together, I guess. And they're at the beach, just enjoying the family time, okay? And she wants to know, what are they doing? What is this? What is happening? And he says he doesn't know. He's waiting for a sign to push him one way or another. And she says that she thinks she's pregnant. And I'm like, well, there's your sign, Eddie. There's your sign. Jesus Christ. I feel like, why isn't it enough that you love her and she loves you and y'all have a kid and y'all are married and y'all should work it out? Why isn't that enough? Why do you need a sign to tell you to be with somebody who loves you and who you love? Like, that makes no sense. Who you already married to. That makes no sense to me, that he needed more than what has already happened in their lives to make him feel like it was time for them to give this a real shot. But anyway, I digress. Bobby is deciding to put all of his attention into putting the wedding together. Athena could care less about the logistics. She just wants to show up and have him be there and get married, all right? But he's trying to find the positives in this fucked up ass suspension. So guess what? We planning the wedding. Buck comes to Bobby's place to complain about the monster that Chimney has turned into since he's become interim captain, all right? And Bobby is like, y'all have to give him a chance. You know, Bobby is gonna back up Chimney. It was his decision, I guess, to make him interim captain during this time because that's his friend. He thought that everybody would get along with that and Chimney would be the best, all right? Then Hen comes over because Hen then got tired of the shit. Y'all know we gotta see the montage of him aggravating the shit out of Buck, and to the point that Hen is now annoyed. Got them doing lineups where they stand there and he's standing there with his collar popped and his sunglasses on and toothpick talking shit to Buck. You know, it's too much. Chimney has definitely lost his damn mind. As Hen said, he's sick with power, all right? Then he's trying to be Bobby, so he's in the kitchen cooking like it's stir-fry whipping, burning shit, all right? Everybody's disappointed. They want Bobby back. Then Eddie comes over, and it wasn't even really to complain about Chimney. It was to talk about Shannon and everything that's going on with her and the possible baby. And Bobby, of course, encourages him to be with his wife. Like, give me a fucking break here. Like, you know you love this woman. Why are we even having this conversation? Then Athena's son, I think his name is Henry, he comes over to talk about his problems. And then here comes Chimney. And Chimney is screaming about how everybody hates him now and he doesn't know what to do. Maybe he wasn't made out for this job. And Bobby tells him, you know what, bro? You are made up for this job. You just aren't handling it right because you're second guessing yourself and your people. Lead them, don't push them. I was like, well, god damn, when is somebody gonna tell the managers of the world that? Okay, lead, don't push. And you know what's a part of leading? Knowing what the fuck you talking about. Like, y'all, I just can't with some people, Lord. That's why I can't go back into corporate America. It's breeding ground for people who have no idea what the fuck they doing running shit. Y'all, look, anyway, so we're at a chocolate factory, right? I don't know why this idiot asshole, you know, couldn't stick to the one sample he got from the chocolate batch. He decides to get up on the ladder and get up on the, like this ladder that's hanging over the huge, you know, Willy Wonka sized chocolate tub. Okay, it's chocolate syrup in this tub, right? It's thick, it's this really rich chocolate, and he's trying to scoop it up with this little bitty cup. I'm like, you mean to tell me there wasn't a safer, better way to execute this, sir? Besides you getting on the damn ladder above the shit and squeezing yourself all the way down till you fell in. And because chocolate is thick and it's like a quicksand where it creates bubbles and sucks you under because it's so damn thick, the man gets caught in there. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Somebody saw his ass fall in there. They call the police. Everybody comes in. They don't know what to do to get his ass out of there. It's so thick. Every time they try to pull him up, a bubble happens underneath him and pulls him back under, all right? So Chimney says, give him a tube so he can breathe while I figure this shit out. Chimney disappears for a second, comes back, and has this huge thing of cocoa butter that's, I guess, supposed to pour into the chocolate. And it pours into the chocolate and loosens up the chocolate so they're able to pull the crazy ass man out the chocolate. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, that's a horrible way to almost die. Like, that's terrible, bro. Oh my God. Like, I'm never that hungry. Like, that shit is crazy. I was like, oh my God, he's suffocating on chocolate. I can't breathe watching this shit. Y'all, I was done by that. Hen tells Chimney that she knows he called Bobby. And he like, look, man, Bobby's a chef. I knew he would know what to do, all right? A part of being a good captain is calling the right people. I'm like, I know that's right. Shit, if I ain't know, I'm going to call somebody who do know that's what you're supposed to do. But you're not supposed to let the man die just because you don't want to call somebody. That shit is what we don't want you to do, okay? So y'all, Maddie gets a call from a woman who says her brother is going to kill himself. She's in her car on the way to her, but it's a lot of traffic and she's scared and she's blaming herself. Maddie's on the phone trying to keep her calm, telling her to, you know, take deep breaths. She says her brother's name is Sam and he's bipolar. And y'all know it's like mental health month, so I'm sure that's why this is a part of the episode. He called his sister and said that he was sorry, but he couldn't do it anymore. And she said, you know, she thought he was doing good on his meds. He had been taking medication. She thought it was working. And that's why, you know, she left him, but she shouldn't have left him. And Maddie tells her not to blame herself. The police are on their way. And she calms the sister down and tells her, you know, you're doing the best you can. The sister gets there, sees the police are there, hangs up the phone, you know. And Maddie has this moment where she's left feeling empty because she has no idea what happened to this person. And as a nurse, she was so used to knowing what happens with the person from the beginning to the middle to the end. And after she talks to, y'all know her little co-worker Josh, the one who trained her, she talks to him about how she thinks that it might be time for her to leave the 911 call center. This was always supposed to be something that she could do, where she could be heard and not seen and still help people, and to hide from Doug. But now Doug is gone and she needs to rethink what she wants to do with her life. So then we see the next 911 call. A couple on their anniversary are excited. They're supposed to be going to dinner, which, you know, the wife seemed like for the 25th anniversary or whatever it was, she wanted a little bit something more. But the husband is like, oh, you know, should I have done something else? She's like, oh no, you know, it's fine. And they kiss and he goes upstairs and she gets a package at the door. So she goes outside to get it, picks it up, and the shit blows up in her hands. So the paramedics and Chimney and everybody, they get there, and Chimney is taking the role as the main paramedic. And for some reason, Hen seemed to have some reservation about why he should do that. But he said, he's like, look, I'm the most experienced paramedic. That's why I'm going to do this. So they put the tube in her chest to help her breathe, because I think the shock of the blow like stopped her from breathing in some type of way. She was suffocating. So they put a tube in her chest so that it could help her breathe. You know, the sides of her face were burnt up, but she was, you know, seemed to be all in one piece once they got her to breathe. And they get her into the ambulance with her husband. Her husband is holding her hand and says he loves her. He was trying to tell her before they put the tube in her chest that he had gotten tickets to Fiji, and it wasn't just dinner, and it was, you know, this big surprise, and he just wanted her to know that, y'all. It was just so scary to watch him screaming that to her, and then them in the ambulance. And Eddie, you know, saw this man and his wife, and I guess it must have made him feel that he wanted to be with his wife. So he gets on the phone and he calls Shannon, and they just have, you know, regular conversation about work and the baby and all of that. But at the end of it, he says, I love you, and she says, I love you too. And he turns around and there's Buck, and Buck is like, you better call Bobby so he can get you the hookup on all of the venues, because it's obvious y'all about to get remarried, you know. It's looking up, y'all. Like, everything is looking up for Eddie, because I think Eddie has been through so much with the back and forth with his wife, raising his son, all those difficulties, the job, being, you know, in combat. Like, Eddie's been through a lot. So it just kind of, it was a sweet moment, and you felt like everything was going to work out for Eddie in this moment. So y'all, Maddie tells her boss that she has a job interview, and her boss is like, well, we knew eventually you were going to be feeling like maybe you wanted to leave. And she was like, I feel like it's time for me to get back to helping people instead of being a person getting them the help. And her boss seems to understand, you know, but y'all, what's she gonna do? She gonna be a nurse now? Like, I wanted her to stay at the 911 call center. This seemed ideal, okay? She's perfect at this. She has, you know, more of an understanding of how to help people, so she can tell people what to do sometime before the paramedics or the firefighters or police get there, you know, which is sometimes what some of these people can't do because they don't have her same training as a nurse. So I just want her to stay as a 911 call operator. But if we gonna follow her being a nurse, then I'm down for that too. As long as we keep Jennifer Love Hewitt, I'm here for it, okay? So Eddie and Shannon go out to dinner so that Eddie can, you know, really tell Shannon how he's feeling and how he knows that they weren't ready to get married when they first got married because they were so young, and, you know, everything that happened when she left and him having to raise their son alone. But he loves her and he wants to be with her. And he wants to be with her because he wants his son to have a family, you know. And it seemed sweet in the moment, but I wonder if she felt like he wanted it just for their son, not really for himself, you know. And she tells him that she's not pregnant because he said he was looking for his sign and he got it, and she's like, I'm not pregnant. And he's like, well, that changes nothing for me. And she says, well, it changes something for me. She says that, you know, a long time ago, before she knew she was coming back, she wrote a letter to their son explaining why she couldn't be there in his life. And she never wants to have to give it to him. So she has to work on herself and being a mother before she can be somebody's wife. And she wants them to get a divorce. And I'm like, well, goddamn, like, this is not what we were expecting. This is not what we wanted. Like, I just feel some type of way about this, y'all. I was real, like, annoyed. I was like, but I thought we wanted each other, baby. I'm so confused. I'm just, whatever. So, y'all, moving on. Josh and Maddie meet up for coffee. And, y'all, I ain't never seen people try so hard to keep somebody from quitting a job before in my life. I thought it was beautiful, y'all. I was boohoo crying, all right? Josh and the boss have talked to all of these people that she's helped and asked them to come to the coffee shop and make her realize how much of a real difference she has made, including that couple. Y'all remember that lady that was on top of the billboard and her husband had to come and she wanted him to show her more attention, and now their marriage is so much better because of what happened with Maddie. All of the people she helped, including this young kid, including Gloria. Y'all remember Gloria was another one of the 911 operators, and she would be hanging up on people and shit even when they needed help, and she ended up getting fired and everything, and she was so pissed off at Maddie, but she realized that she was wrong and Maddie was right, and that even though these people are going to die, you don't shut down and hang up on them. You stay there and be there for them so they don't feel alone in their last moments. So it was very beautiful, and I was crying, and she was so appreciative of Josh for making her see how valuable she really was at the 911 call center. We still don't know what she gonna do, but it was beautiful, y'all. So then 911 call, all right, to a scene where a car has barreled through a group of people, and it's like this young woman, and she's like, oh my God, I didn't see him and I couldn't stop, and you know, is everybody okay? And I hit these people, and are they okay? She seemed, I don't know what happened and why she hit all those people, but it wasn't, you know, it didn't seem to be something she did on purpose. And they're trying to get her together, and she says, what about the lady? I hit a lady. And y'all, Eddie turns around and sees Shannon laying there on the damn ground, and they said that it's a spinal injury and it's not looking good. And he's sitting there with her. She's like, you came, are you really here? And y'all, she looks like she's about to die. Y'all, I was like, oh my God, how does this keep happening? The same situation happened on Station 19. Boris Kojo's character's wife died in an accident, and he showed up on the scene, y'all, and it was just like this. It was so fucked up. So Chimney is captain, right? And if they intubate, she might die on the spot. So Chimney told Eddie to get on the ambulance with her and just be with her and say goodbye for a while before they intubate. Shannon tells Eddie that she's so sorry, she's leaving again. Y'all, oh, that broke my heart. That broke my heart, because she knew she was dying and she couldn't feel anything. So her body was already gone. Her brain just hadn't caught up yet. So as soon as she flatlined, they intubated, but it didn't work. They took her to the hospital and she died. She was already gone. And it was just terrible, y'all, watching Eddie have to go to the hospital and seeing her die, and then everybody having to go back to the station, and Eddie having to go home to his son and his grandmother, I believe, or his mom, and tell his son that his mom is dead, y'all. That shit was just so hard to watch. And then Eddie must have found the letter that she wrote to their son and went to the beach where they were last time and read the shit and was just boohoo crying. And I just, oh my God, that shit took me and my husband out. We was in there emotional as hell. And then Henrietta goes over to Chimney's house to check up on him, and Chimney is blaming himself because he feels like he withheld care from her and that killed her. And he doesn't want Eddie to hate him. And Hen is like, what are you talking about? You made the best decision. And he was like, what about you? You were, you know, thinking I couldn't do it the whole time. You didn't want me to be captain. And she tells him, I didn't want you to be captain because I thought once you realized that you could do it, being my partner and being just a paramedic wouldn't be enough for you anymore. And that's what it really was. That him doing better would mean him moving on in some way. And that was just really tough for Henrietta. But once he realized that, you know, I guess he didn't blame himself so much for Eddie's wife's death, because it really wasn't his fault. She was already gone, y'all. You could tell by the makeup they put on her that she was already about to die. Henrietta tells him that he is her best friend and that will never change. Okay, that's one thing that won't change. So y'all, Bobby and Athena go to look at a venue at a hotel. And they're just not in the mood for it after everything that happened with Eddie and Shannon. So they're going back to the house. And while they're walking through the lobby, all the TVs are blaring how another package bomb happened. Somebody else had a package on their doorstep, picked it up, and it exploded in their hands. So obviously this is a serial bomber and somebody that's just getting started. But yeah, y'all, the finale will be next week. I thought the episode was so good, y'all. I can't believe they killed off Shannon. I'm so heartbroken for Eddie. But anyway, I hope Maddie will stay. I hope she's not moving on or nothing like that or leaving the show, y'all. You can never know because, you know, somebody comes and goes every season, it seems like. Either way, I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. All right, y'all. Have a good one.